And yes, and I look around and I do believe that everybody in here is old enough to recognize that as Jim Croce, I've got a name. Yes. Our names are important. And I share these words from Joyce Rupp in her book, Fragments of Your Ancient Name. To name is to be known by the designer. And so it is with you, our giver of names. We humans have boldly assigned a word to every person and every particle of existence. Yet this may well not be the true name that rests on the breath of your knowing. I wonder today what name you give me as you lovingly pursue my journey of life. What word or words do you call me to express how you perceive my truest self? I wonder today what name you give me to express how you see and perceive my truest self. Throughout the Bible, we hear many names for God. Elohim, God. El Shaddai, God is sufficient. Jehovah, the covenant name of God, the I am who I am, with Moses at the burning bush. Yahweh, the Lord will provide. And each of these names and the many other names for God that are in the Bible call up aspects of God. Throughout the Bible, we also hear people who have a name change throughout their lives. There are numerous examples. Genesis 17, Abram, which means high father, became known as Abraham, which means father of multitude. And Abraham, his wife Sarai, means my princess. And she became known as Sarah, mother of nations. Appropriate name changes, and we know that the descendants of Abraham and Sarah formed many nations. Another familiar name change is told in John 1, verse 14. Simon, which means hearing or obeying, became Peter, the rock on which the church was built. He represents for us in unity that power of faith, the foundation for us in living. Our spiritual consciousness is built on that rock. And more commonly, he was called Simon Peter, which translates into the hearing and obeying of the foundation, the hearing and obeying of the faith. And we know that when we live from our faith, life is a little different for us than when we don't. And when those are all changes that people experienced when they experienced transformations in their life. And today, on this, the first Sunday of 2026, we experience this white stone ceremony. Unity churches across the world are sharing in this ceremony. And we'll spend a time resting in silence to hear that still small voice, to hear how it speaks to us, how it inspires our awareness for the name, the word, or the simple phrase that will be our guide throughout this year. It can be our foundation of faith. We'll write our name on the stone that you chose as you entered. And if you're visiting from home, maybe sneak out to the front yard and pick up a stone if you'd like to participate in this. During the Roman times, this white stone was an important thing to carry. when a prisoner was released from prison, they were given a white stone. And that was to symbolize that they were now going to live a fresh start. They had a clean slate. And when they carried that white stone, they left their old story behind and forged a new story for their life. So I wonder, is there a story that's sitting in you today? We all have our stories. I know I have mine. And is there a story that we're at a place in our life where we're ready, willing to give it up? Is there a story that we have told ourselves so many times that even we are tired of hearing it? That might be the story to give up. And are you holding yourself in an emotional prison or a mental prison that you're ready to be free from? I know this has been a year, has it not? It feels like we lived 10 years in one. So we have some stories that we've told about this year and about the them and the they and the judgments that we've held and the stories we've told about them. So we'll begin by asking, what are you willing to free yourself from today? What are you willing to stop telling yourself? Perhaps it's a story that's no longer true, and more likely it's a story that was never true, but we told it anyway. And what thoughts do we hold to lessen the experiences in our life, to keep us living small when we are made to live large and to express all of that divinity that's in us without compromise? And what beliefs hold us in bondage to keep us from living that true divine nature that is us? What patterns and habits bog us down, keep us living less than our greatness? And today, for us, this white stone serves as an inspiration. It serves as a guide. You can carry that stone with you or put it in a prominent place as a reminder of what inspiration you received today and how we approach this new year, 2026. Because the world's going to be in the world no matter what we do. So when we follow in our faith and live what we say we believe, we have a better shot at the world, don't we? And we're reminded in Revelations 2:17, they who have an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says. To they who overcome, he will give the hidden manna, and he will give you a white stone, and on that stone a new name is written, which no one knows but the one who receives it. So in a short while, we'll begin a time of quiet contemplation. Some things to keep in mind as we experience this meditation. This would be a good time to kind of quiet our ego, to ask our ego to step aside for a moment, to allow our true self to rise, to allow yourself to be open, to be receptive to your authentic spirit name, to receive it without critique, without judgment. It might be a single word. It might be a phrase. So set aside expectations that you must receive this name immediately. I can remember on my first white stone ceremony, I was so skeptical. I had never done that before. I thought, well, that's not going to happen. And in an instant, it came. And then over the years, sometimes it's taken a little longer. Sometimes it comes later in the day. So be open and know that that's okay too. It could come today, it could come tomorrow. And another thing to set aside is the expectation that you're going to know just what that name means. Surprise, you might not. Over the years, those names that have come have been quite surprising in the journeys that they have led me on. I thought I knew on that first Sunday in January what I was receiving, only to be very surprised by June and July and September to what that name, what that word really held for me. So be open all year long. And the true meaning of that name might be revealed as the days and the weeks unfold. So allow the depth of it to rise for you over time. And if you feel disappointed when in the quiet you hear that name, truly allow yourself to be vulnerable, to be purely open. This space allows us that gift. So know that we'll be sitting in that silence. Allow yourself to be truly vulnerable. Allow it to be a gift. Allow it to be your wisdom. And allow it to be a mystery that can be revealed. So brightest blessings to you as we go through this meditation of the white stone, that you might live this year with enthusiasm, with love, with wisdom, and with authenticity. So as we move into our time of meditation, we will go into the silence with an open mind and with a willing heart. And we'll listen for that still, small voice. So allow yourself to be comfortable and relaxed and at ease. Know that the seat you've chosen holds and supports your physical form. And just rest. Allah, Allah, Elohim, Allah. Hear these names of God in the peaceful space of this chapel, or wherever you might be. Allah, Allah, Elohim, Allah. Allow all the stress and tension to slip away from your body. Notice any place that might feel tight. Just allow any stress to pour out of you. See yourself filled with the light of the divine. See yourself glowing as your divine nature. Affirm for yourself that you are made in the image and likeness of God. Affirm that the universe holds only goodness for you. And as you gently take your white stone in your hand, notice its shape, its textures. Allow its edges to be known to you. Know too that Spirit, the divine, God, is now revealing your white stone name for the coming year. Allow yourself to be at ease. Allow the name to gently and effortlessly come to you. The name that affirms what you are called to be and called to express. Together we rest and listen to the still small voice. If you hear your name, write it on your stone. If you need, continue listening, being willing to hear, being willing to follow. Be willing to receive. Together we open our eyes and return our attention to this time, this place. Remembering that if you have not heard your name, spend some time this afternoon in the quiet to continue to hear. But we've opened the portal. We've opened the stream, the consciousness that pours into us. I want to invite you to share yourself with this spiritual community, not by name or word that is written on your heart, for only you to know. The sand that you chose when you arrived. And for those of you who are joining us from home, please enter into the chat, the Facebook chat, what color sand you would like to contribute to this vessel. You're an integral part of this spiritual community. Whether you come here every Sunday, whether you visit us from home occasionally, however you show up. So I invite you to allow the sand you chose to represent how you will contribute to Unity of Augusta. And I will begin by placing white sand in the bottom of the vessel to represent the purity and the goodness of the divine. And as you're ready, make your way forward. A couple of people have already shared with me what they would like to add. Come on up. Don't be shy. Go ahead. I'm going to do theirs.
Have yellow.
You know what? I'll get theirs afterwards. Yellow.
Purple.
Okay. All right. For those of you who are at home, I will add yours immediately after the service. But notice how exquisite this looks with every color of sand in it, from every angle. This is you. This is you and your part in spiritual community. Whether you're here, whether you're at home, whether you're in another spiritual place on Sunday morning, this is you. And this is what it takes to make a spiritual community that can impact the rest of the world. Because what we're given to the world is unique. What we're given to the world, I believe, is what our world is calling for, begging for right now. And that is you. And that is you showing up as the love that you are made of and the love that you will return to. It takes my breath away every year. And Stephen was with me at the tree. We empty this around the tree in front of the children's education building every year, and this beautiful, magnificent rainbow of color just poured out of the vessel. So it's meaningful, and this will sit on our altar, and we'll add those of you from Facebook, and we'll either add the children here or we'll have a vessel for the children separately on the altar to remind us that we are contributing ourselves. Whatever we are carrying inside us is what we're contributing to the world. So let it be love. Let it be kindness. Let it be compassion. Let it be generosity. Let that be you. So take a close look at it. Allow it to be embedded in your mind. And we, Unity of Augusta, are a vibrant part of unity. We're a vibrant and spiritually growing community. And as we step into 2026, this will be carried in my heart and in my mind. So may this coming year, may your life be filled. May you be full to overflowing with an abundance of joy and happiness and kindness and strength and wisdom and discernment to know how to take each step each day for the entirety of the year. And we close with the words of 1 Corinthians 16, as we always do. Speak it with me. Let all you do be done with love. Namaste.